Okay, so I'm going to do a little progress drawing for Work in Progress Wednesday, and for the Bhalu YouTube channel, I'll start trying to update it, showing how I ink some of the drawings that we're doing. Right now doing some of the warrior women that are going to appear on the next page update, where Gothy and Bhalu discover who used to maintain this underground temple they found that is dedicated to the goddess Diana, the goddess of the moon. And today we are listening to The Carnival of the Animals by Saint Sions while we work, because I like classical music and it's copyright free, so you can play it in YouTube videos as you're drawing. Makes for relaxing hangout or ASMR, or just a way to see how people draw, or to see how we draw if you like the Bhalu comic series and just like to get updates about it. So I got two types of women here. This one is kind of, since it's a temple to Diana, got kind of like a Greek look thing with the armor, and got some moons going on. We kind of mixed war paint on the face that's probably more Celtic with the Greek look. And over here we got one that she's kind of more covered, so it's sort of symbolic, you know. Sometimes you can see part of the moon, and sometimes you can see all of the moon. So you've got girls, you can fully see them, and some that are cloaked. And interesting, in the last videos that I made, I think the last video where I was showing the drawing progress, I asked for suggestions for what topics people would like me to cover in the future to talk about, and one of them, somebody said, could you do a video on Turkey? And I do plan on doing a full video about that in my Carmen Sandiego outfit, just because if I'm going to do a video about a geographical location, it seems like it would be a waste to not do it in my Carmen costume since I already have it. But one interesting fact about Turkey that I thought about while I was working on this is that one of the 7 wonders of the world is there, and it's a temple to Diana, the largest one in the world. And I'm not sure how many people know about that, but I thought that was interesting because we're working on this scene with a underground temple to Diana, and somebody asked me to do a video on Turkey where the largest temple to Diana in the world is there. So just a little synchronicity. I love when little synchronicities like that happen in life. They happen to me all the time. I don't know about you, but have you ever had it where you're doing something and you have a synchronicity like that happen, or you're working on one thing and then it seems like that just keeps popping up in a theme around your life? I do. Okay, so I left one of these penciled to show you how I ink, and the other one I have ink so I can show you how to do the marker, or how I do the marker. This isn't so much like a teaching video as just showing how I do things. What I usually do is I will ink, and then I will erase the pencil, which I already did on this one. Then I put down a marker base of just solid flat colors, and finally on the marker base I do shadow and highlight using color pencils, Prismacolors. I don't know how well it would work with non-Prismacolor pencils because they don't blend as well. But Prismacolor pencils lets you color on top of other mediums like marker. I haven't really tried it on top of paint, but I think if you can't do that with regular pencils, that's what the watercolor Prismacolor pencils are for, is that you can wet them and then they turn watercolor like. Got her blades right here. You can see everything I'm doing. I got kind of lost in the drawing and wasn't paying attention to what was going on in the camera view. I guess I should do a version of this that's short for Instagram, but right now I'm just making a nice long video for YouTube. So, do you do something similar to me, or do you draw a different way if you draw? And if you don't draw, why not? It's fun. It's relaxing. Or what is the creative thing that you like to do? There we go. Are you a writer? Are you a musician? Are you a photographer? Do you like to do crafty stuff like cosplay? Let me know about yourself in the comments. Are you an activist? Oh, this is my favorite song out of the Carnival of Animals. And this, I believe, they used part of this for the Beauty and the Beast movie near the beginning when they're first exploring the castle. And this one's called Aquarium. So in the Carnival of Animals, this is like when they're exploring under the ocean. They're seeing all the fish in the aquarium. I don't really think of fish when I hear this though. I think of like entering a forest with a lake and the fairies. Like if there was a Zelda movie, this is what you'd hear on the way to the fairy forest, to the lake where the fairy queen is, before you hear the fairy pond music. This is Link like getting lost in the forest on the way to the pond, and then when he finally gets to the pond, that's when you hear the traditional Zelda fairy music. And I know there's already a Lost Forest theme, but I just really like this theme. It makes me think it would go really good in a movie where someone is like searching a magical forest. I actually listened to this while I was working on the part where Gothy and Bhalu in the comic were exploring the underground cave and got to the waterfall part. While I was doing that page, I was listening to this the whole time. I really love this song. I don't know why. I just love that tinkling sound. Get a little metallic look here. And this is gonna be cloth over top of this here, but you can kind of see the metal armor underneath. This may look a little funny now. And I may have to put this down to work on the part with the sword because I need the ruler. And doing the ruler and holding this at the same time is technically impossible unless I stop this and get a tripod. So I'll probably just stop before then. Oh, this is my other favorite song. This one is The Cuckoo in the Woods. It reminds me a little bit of Sailor Moon, the movie, when that cuckoo cock comes out and Jupiter's talking about, I think it's Sailor Jupiter, that she remembered this cuckoo clock they used to like bake, and at 3 o'clock they'd have the cookies or something. It was like she's having an old memory. I don't know, I always associate this song with Twitter because it looks like a little cuckoo bird. That it's at the top of like the tweeting platform thing, the symbol of Twitter. And we all go on and people say these weird things, and every time somebody tweets something I hear this little noise in my head. We're all going mad as the AI takes over the world, and we're completely oblivious except for a couple of intelligent few who are trying to warn us. They're shouting from the rooftops. And we all just laugh and say they're exaggerating. Slowly as our civilization turns into a dystopia. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I think here's where we're gonna stop with the inking on this video and do a little coloring. You're not gonna hear that cuckoo sound every time you make a tweet. Alright, so we've got most of this inked. In the next video I'm going to show the coloring. It was nice chatting with you all, and I hope you'll be back soon. Subscribe, like if you like it, share if you feel like sharing it, and become a Patreon if you want to support this project. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.